Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, and better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and are done wrong. Here we go. So nothing wrong with audio. This is just one of those that doesn't provide audio. I'm going to back this up real quick. So, responding multiple 911 calls of sexual assault in progress.
Dispatcher 8116. I need a police officer at 386 South Meadowbrook Drive, apartment 47H. There's a neighbor across the street who's high off the drugs, and he just came into my house and stood over my bed and tried to turn me over to try to sleep with me. And right now he's outside in the parking lot yelling because he's a gang affiliated with Skyline Bloods up here.
We're getting a 261 hot call in southeastern 437 South Meadowbrook apartment. There's a male that's being hit with a stick, and he's being accused of 261.
438.
10-4, unit to cover.
What was the address I gave you? South Meadowbrook?
Coming out.
So check out here along Meadowbrook for... Oh,
Let's see our
right.
key stepping out.
438
On South Meadowbrook.
Alright, we'll have your suspect. Looks like he's swinging around a cane, walking through the center of the complex.
Swinging a cane around, walking in the center of the complex. And still checking for a canine for the southeastern hot call.
And if you come in from Meadowbrook on the far east side, he's going to be on the third row to the south.
Third row to the
Yeah, so there's a unit coming in now. Okay. Alright, Abel, keep going. One more row. And then make your first right. He's actually walking westbound towards the apartments now. Make a right. Make a right. Straight ahead. He's standing right in front of you at the end.
431
Cover.
Covers with him. Roger. Alright, Abel, he's got to cover you at 97. Subject's walking towards the officers.
Walking towards the officers. Low emergency traffic.
Towards the apartments now. Make a right. Make a right. Straight ahead. He's standing right in front of you at the end.
431 97.
Cover.
He's got to cover you at 97.
Hey, drop the cane. 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 Ma'am, stand back. Stand back. That's okay. He's about to get tased. He doesn't drop the cane. Just drop it. Drop the cane. We got a call you're hitting somebody with that. That's the call we got. So drop it and tell us your side of the story, or you're going to be under arrest.
I'm not dropping.
Drop the cane. There you go. Turn around.
I ain't turning around.
Right now you're being detained. You understand that? Yes, you are. Hey,
I'm not being detained. I'm not being detained, homie.
Don't do it. Now you're under arrest. Don't do it. Oh, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Stay lethal. Stay lethal.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
You got it off. You're under arrest. Go take him.
So let's back this up. What a fucking shithead.
I'm not being insane. I'm not being insane.
Don't do it. Now you're under arrest. Don't do it.
So that right there should have been an automatic use of force. He acted like he was about to tackle this officer. That should have been automatic. Let's use force on this guy. By not doing that, they gave him the opportunity to go for this other weapon.
Oh, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Stay lethal. Stay lethal.
So I like how they communicate, or he's communicating to him. He's making sure that this other guy maintains lethal cover while he utilizes taser.
Shoot me!
You got it off.
So that right there obviously means taser is no longer effective. It was effective at first. He got NMI.
Shoot me!
You got it off.
The minute he started getting up should have been the sign to this officer, oh shit, this is no longer effective. And he could have either A, initiated a reload on the taser, or drop the taser and deploy OC on him. This is a X26 Papa model, X26P, so it only has one shot ability. If he had an X2 or a Taser 7, he could have done a follow-up shot with that. That's the nice thing about the X2 and the Taser 7 is you have a secondary cartridge on board within the firing bay that you can have a follow-up shot. That's super nice. Unfortunately, this is an older model, and he doesn't have that option. So he would have to physically remove the cartridge from the front and take a new cartridge and put it on there. It takes a little bit of time doing that, but you can do it pretty effectively if you've practiced for it.
You're under arrest. Go take him. Arrest. You're under arrest. Go take him. Oh, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Stay lethal. Stay lethal.
Shoot me! Shoot me!
You got it off.
He has a knife. We have one at gunpoint.
Knife and one at gunpoint.
Okay, taser deployed. Cover now. Still, he's up and trying to fight again.
Again, cover now for South Meadowbrook.
I lost him here on the screen. Tell the units that are out to the west that they need to go back out to Meadowbrook. Units to the west, go back out to Meadowbrook. Able foot pursuit. He is running northbound now towards Meadowbrook, just east of Brookhaven. Alright, units make it to Meadowbrook and Brookhaven. He's running out that way now.
Meadowbrook and Brookhaven.
Okay, 2 officers in foot pursuit of him. I've lost sight of him. Meadowbrook, and okay, I've got him again. He is almost outside Meadowbrook now, so Meadowbrook and Brookhaven. Let's make units make it that direction.
Meadowbrook and Brookhaven for units.
Stand phone out of cell phone. I was a gun. Two shots
Able
fired.
wire.
Nobody injured.
Go taser. Yep.
Stop! Stop reaching! Stop reaching! He's reaching. Stop! Go, go! Gun. Stop! Stop reaching! He's reaching. Stop!
Meadowbrook and Brookhaven. Let's make units make it that direction.
Meadowbrook and Brookhaven for units. Meadowbrook and Brookhaven for units.
Stand phone out of cell phone. I was a gun. Two shots
Able
fired.
wire.
Nobody injured.
2 shots fired, no one is injured.
Able, he's out on Meadowbrook. He's walking westbound towards Brookhaven.
Westbound towards Brookhaven.
There's 3 officers 97 still uncooperative.
Still uncooperative.
Plan 40 Sam on coast.
K9 is go.
Sure does.
Oscar, are you available for flyover? We're going to report to the westbound.
diverting to that call as well.
Able, cover now, middle of the intersection, Brookhaven and South Meadowbrook.
Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground! He's going for a taser! Let go! Give his fucking hand. Give him a hand. Give him your fucking hand. You're under arrest. Give me your fucking hand. Take his hand. Hey, I'm gonna keep head control. We're gonna keep here. You're gonna mount your leg right here. Start pulling him out. That one fits. All right. Yeah. I'm pulling. Keep pulling. Keep on his legs. Work the wrist. Work the wrist. Work the wrist. Keep pulling. Okay, keep pulling. Keep pulling. We're gonna lift a little bit. One more. Go. Give the fucking hand up. It's up. It's up. There we go. There we go. It's up. All right, now laying back flat. Laying back flat. Put your hand. I got it. Put my knee in here. All right. Now, hey, you get those two. I'll start holding the cuffs. All right. Get the cuff on. Just put a cuff on here. He's going back. He's going back. He's good. No, he's grabbing the.
You can see a... Oh, back that up. So that looks like a taser probe hanging off of him. All right. So not much else to this. Unfortunately, at the very beginning here, the officer missed. This guy was holding, although he did not have a gun, he was holding his phone to mimic it like he did have a gun. The way he was holding it in his hand, both arms being up, the stance that he took, that realistically mimicked the way a person would hold a gun when trying to aim a gun and shoot it. So this officer was completely justified in using deadly physical force. Unfortunately, he missed. Where did those 2 rounds go? I have no idea. I'd say most likely they hit the pavement here somewhere and then ricocheted and then ended up in these bushes or the foliage in this direction. It would have been better if they went into him, but they didn't. And then he again tries to do the same bullshit, acting like he's holding a fucking gun. Of course, there's better lighting and angles on this, and they can tell that that's what he's got is his phone.
Now middle of the intersection, Brook.
2940 San Juan Coast.
Towards Brookhaven.
So we see a taser deployment occur.
There's 3 officers 97 still
here,
uncooperative.
And then another one, and they're ineffective.
2940 San Juan Coast.
So it basically gets to the point of, all right, well, our tasers have failed. It's hands-on time. It's time to do the man dance.
Okay, are you available for flyover? We can report to the
I'm diverting to that call as well.
And this guy,
Able
he
cover
goes
now,
for
middle
it.
of the intersection.
I'm diverting to that call as well.
Able cover now, middle of the
Boom.
intersection, Brookhaven
Take him
and
down.
South Meadowbrook.
And then it's just fighting them in the cuffs. And if you have never fought someone into a pair of handcuffs before, and you have no idea how incredibly fucking difficult it can be. Even for a very small person. In fact, I've somewhat found that smaller people can be harder to deal with. They're like little fucking spider monkeys, man. They'll fucking crawl over the damn place. If someone is determined not to go into handcuffs, it can be very difficult to get them in there. And so, you know, you'll see people in news comment sections and stuff like, oh, it took 4 cops to put him in cuffs. You know, they didn't have to do that to him, blah, 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 blah. Okay, how about you try to put somebody in handcuffs who does not want to go into handcuffs? Let's see what you do.
No, fuck that! It's going for my taser!
So you see him deliver some strikes to his face because he was reaching for his taser. So no problem with that whatsoever. I do think that strikes to the face are a good option. I think that is a good way to de-escalate situations.
Let go!
And this is also where I believe that a bilateral carotid restraint is a very viable option. A chokehold. Unfortunately, so many places don't believe in it. They've banned it. And if you do it incorrectly, yes, you can cause damage. If you put the forearm across the trachea, that can cause damage. But if you do a bilateral carotid restraint the correct way, it takes seconds to render that person unconscious, and then you just release, and then cuff them up, and then they wake up, and everyone's fine. Like it literally takes the fight out of them. You just fucking put them to sleep. I've used that a lot in the past, a lot. Unfortunately, I can't use it anymore. My state has changed its laws and has made strangulation a felony, and there's no exceptions in there. There's no exemptions within there for when you can use a strangulation. They did that law for domestic violence. They made that, but they didn't think about the idea that, you know, there could be times where there could be a use for a chokehold. And so technically now nobody can do chokeholds in Kentucky. But it was one of my more favorite moves to use. I mean, fuck fighting, man. Like, fuck wrestling around on the ground with someone. Like, that shit, like, that fucking hurts. You know, you increase your likelihood of being injured, and them being even further injured. If you can just, like, you can get a good chokehold on someone and put their ass to sleep, that is the cat's meow when it comes to fighting. It really is. I used to, like I said, I used that a lot in the past. I fucking loved it. It was one of my signature moves. I just wrap somebody up, put them in that fucking chokehold, put their ass to sleep. Didn't have to fucking 10 seconds is what it would take, and then just fucking deal with them. You didn't have to fucking fight with them or nothing. Just fucking put their ass to sleep. But, like I said, a lot of places ban it. They don't like it. Whatever. It's a good technique to use. So if you're able to use it, by all means, use it.
Get a fucking hand.
So now at this point, they have maybe all three exhausted their tasers, maybe their first cartridge out. If they have a reload, I think that at this point someone could have fired a taser right into his back, close proximity, and then took the end of the taser and rammed it down below the belt into his buttock region to complete the circuit, do a follow-up drive stun. And that would have achieved NMI, and they would have been able to arrest under power. He would not have been able to control his limbs and keep that one limb tied up under him, and it would have been a very effective method. If they didn't have any reloads on them and they had expended their one and only taser cartridge, then I think a good option at this point would be to take OC and give him a little pepper spray right there. Even at this close distance, you don't even have to hit the face. With his face being down on the ground, all you gotta do is hit that ground right there in front of his face, and it's gonna splatter, and it's gonna get in his eyes. He's gonna breathe it in, and he's gonna start feeling the effects of that.
Give me a hand. Give me your fucking hand. You're under arrest.
Once someone locks their arm up under their chest, it can be extremely difficult to get that arm out from under them. Extremely difficult. The longer that they stay on top of him like this, the more they increase the chances of positional asphyxiation. Being on top of him, preventing his chest from being able to expand and breathe. So, again, that's why I said if they could use a taser, do that, lock him up, quick, get him cuffed, or give him a squirt of OC right there to the face on the ground and have him start sucking in OC into his lungs and fucking his shit up and making it to where he's not a very effective fighter anymore. Try to bring this resolution as quick as possible.
Get your fucking hand! Take his hand. Hey, I'm gonna keep head control. We're gonna keep here. You're gonna mount your leg right here, start pulling him out. Yeah, that one fits. All right. Got it. I'm pulling. Keep on his legs. Work the wrist.
So he talks about maintaining head control. Basically, all he's doing is pinning his head to the ground. That's an effective technique to prevent a person from being able to get back up. You pin that head down to the ground. Yeah, they're not going to be able to raise their body up to get that leverage and get up. And it also hurts like fucking hell. It does. It hurts like a motherfucker. So that can be a motivation for them to stop fucking around and resisting and just give in. And the quicker they give in, the quicker the pain stops.
Work the wrist, work the wrist, work the wrist. Keep pulling. Okay, keep pulling, keep pulling. We're gonna lift a little bit, pull more. Go. Give the fucking hand up. It's up. It's up. There we go. There we go. It's up. All right, now laying back flat. Laying back flat. Put your hand. I got it. Put my knee in here. All right. Now, hey, you get those two. I'll start holding the cuffs. All right. Get the cuff on. Just put a cuff on here. He's going back. He's going back. He's good.
And I suspect that he probably had a magnetic mount for his taser camera, his Axon body camera, and that's why it fell off. I'm not a big fan of magnetic mounts for body cameras. It's just time after time after time you see these things fall off so easily. They're just not worth it.
He has a knife. We have.
Not much else to say about this video. This dude is obviously a menace to society. I can't remember if they provided any details about his prior criminal history or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I can't remember if they did or not.
Straight ahead.
But anyway, I would not be surprised if this was not his first involvement with the criminal justice system. Based off the way he's acting and the stuff that he's doing, this is not his first time. This is not his first rodeo. And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all to find out that he's probably on probation, or he's probably on parole, or he probably got released early from jail or prison, and if he had stayed the full sentence for whatever crime he had committed, that he probably would not have been in this position to do what he did. That is a common theme all across the nation with our court systems. Our court systems are failing our society. Our court system is just as dangerous to our society as these street criminals are. I realistically am starting to see judges and prosecutors being no different than the street thugs. They are a clear and present danger to my safety and my family's safety, because they do not do what they are supposed to do. They do not keep these violent offenders locked away the way they need to be. So we do need justice reform in this country, but not the way the left wants. The left wants criminals just to walk out of jail easy. The left doesn't even want jails anymore. The justice reform that we need is to be hard on criminals, hard on violent criminals. If you commit crimes, violent crimes against people, there should be no probation. There should be no parole. Mandatory minimum sentencing. If it's 10 years for robbing someone, then it's 10 years and not a day less. There should be no option to get credit, time served for good behavior, passing substance abuse program classes, or passing your GED class. That should not give you time off of your sentence. It should be whatever time you're given and not a day less. And in fact, while you're in prison and you want to be a problem, you want to join a gang and cause issues, then that should cause your sentence to be even longer. Lots of different things that we need to be doing in this country, but we're not doing it. And unfortunately, it's going to take a lot more of this shit going on, a lot more good people being hurt, a lot more officers being hurt and killed before something happens. And something has need to happen long before we've gotten to this point, and long before it's going to get to that camel or the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like, it needs to be happening now. It should have been happening a few years ago, but for whatever reason, society is slow to get things going, slow to do things, and good people are being hurt. Good people are being killed because of these violent offenders being out on the streets when they should not be out on the streets. So we really do need justice reform, and we need to get hard on crime. Not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.